offensively, perhaps in the second half it was a bit of a struggle. What did you see overall on that end of the floor?
50 points in the first half. When you don't generate anything off your defense, offense can become a struggle for any team. And I think when you want to start comparing when we win a game and lose a game, our activity on defense and our disruption is a big difference maker.
And do you put that down to what Melbourne was doing? How do you diagnose where that effort is, I guess, defensively?
Yeah, I addressed this after the last game, we have great patches, we come out in the third quarter motivated, together, connected, and we were very disruptive. We need to evolve and have greater stretches of that, so that's our offense is generated from our defense, and we haven't been able to do that over the last couple games.
Jesse, how do you see that, what John's talking about in terms of the patches, I guess, that you might feel like you're playing in at the moment?
Yeah, for sure, he's not wrong. I think it's pretty clear. We have patches where I think we look really good, and then we have patches where we look abysmal. And that's the game, and it's a game of runs, obviously, but we've got to find a way to minimise the lows and push those stretches out a bit longer, the highs.
Just with the rotation, this is a bit of a niche one, but just in the first 2 minutes you made a couple of changes. Was that anything that you saw there in the first couple of minutes that you didn't like? I think Blanchfield came out about 90 seconds into the game and there was another one.
No, Blanchfield asked to come out of the game because he took a knock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just on, they seemed a little bit dizzy at the start, but obviously he obviously recovered and played a pretty good role. But
yeah,
what was the sort of issue there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They just tell me when I can put him back in the game, and you saw he went back in the game and played pretty well. Yeah.
I just points to the paint was obviously a very big issue for you guys. What do you sort of put that down to?
Yeah, what they do a good job of is they run the little false motion, stretch you out to use their athleticism and their driving ability, and we, like an accordion, we went with them instead of staying in the gaps, So, Tucker was getting downhill, XRM getting downhill, so Brad Newley first quarter getting downhill, so, it's tough to defend a straight line drive.
I guess for the first time I think in 4 years, it's 4 losses in a row for the club. It was a bit of a rut. I had to I guess you just have to sort of work at it to get yourself out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. The good thing about it is we get Tasmania coming into our place on Thursday, so we can lick our wounds for a minimal amount of time and get after it again.
I think you've been asked about Brady a little bit before, but just as a young guy, trying to figure it out as a pro, how do you manage probably the expectations he has on himself? Sure.
Yeah, that's a great question because he finished college career at Carolina at the Final Four, the pinnacle of collegiate athletics, and he played at a very high level in that atmosphere. Now transferring to the professional level, it's an adjustment for anyone, let alone Brady Manick. The kid has a great work ethic. He brings it every day. So at some stage he will figure it out.
Just as a vet on this team, how have you seen him? Obviously the attitude sounds like it's great, but sometimes he does look like maybe he's pressing or looks like he's disappointed, I guess, in the way he's playing.
Well, I think he has such high expectations of himself, and he performs day in, day out of practice. As J.A. said, he's got a great work ethic. I think it's probably unfair of me. I think he's older than he is. I forget that he's a first-year player. So, yeah, I agree with J.A. I think he's going to figure it out. As I said, he performs. I mean, I go up against him each day at practice, and he performs super well. So, I believe in him. I know JR does. So, I think one day he's going to get it. He shows flashes of it at practice.
John, was the decision to bring him off the bench tonight just a chance to kind of let him see how the game flows a bit more and come into the game from a different setting than he normally would?
Yeah, my own approach as the coach, I'm like, how can I help him get himself in a rhythm? He when he first went to Carolina, he did the same thing, and then he went gangbusters at the end of the season when he got back in the starting rotation. So let him see the game. With the second unit, he can be more aggressive offensively as well. So, I got to do my job and try and help him out.
We've seen Bryce struggle offensively in the second half of games a number of times. put that down to, and I guess how does the team need to help him get better looks and I guess support him offensively?
Yeah. Well, when you're taking it out of the net, and the teams that we've played recently get to pick him up 94 feet and give him a lot of attention, that's tough. So if we can take the ball less out of the net and get out in transition, that'll be very favourable for Bryce, and that'll help him, and his teammates will help him. So what I would say is, like, if we get back to the defense, like if we resolve that, our offense will take care of itself, and it will certainly impact Bryce's impact on the game even more than what he's having already.
Jesse, you've been part of some great defensive teams with Perth over the years. What do you think this team's lacking on that end at the moment, that sort of what's just not clicking for you guys?
Look, I don't think it's one thing. Like I'm not going to sit here and say it's one thing. It's a little bit of everything, isn't it? You know, we'll do a great job on the scout and they'll get no board. The next possession we'll miss up on the scout. You know, it's different things every time, and that's the frustrating thing. You know, it's about putting them all together, and as I said, this is a well-scouted league. Everyone kind of knows each other pretty well. I think that's understood. So it's about knowing the scout, it's knowing who you're guarding, it's knowing what they want to do. It's rebounding, it's physicality. I mean, I could go through a whole list. It's just doing them every single possession, every single time. And you know what? Sometimes you may lose. Sometimes they may hit a tough shot. Then you get out of the net, you go down and have a good offensive possession, and you come down and you do the same thing, hopefully defensively. You play the percentages, but I don't think we're consistent enough and doing what we need to do every single possession. That's pretty much it, I think.